After building my custom dream desk, I felt like something was missing. Literally, there was a hole in it. So I put a button in it and told you it would turn on my next project, a custom PC build. I'm going to try some things I've never seen done before. On top of laser cutting custom brackets and 3D printing, I'll be building the frame from scratch.
Man, this stuff is sick.
So let's make my dream PC.
Okay, where we start is, I've got 137 pins here on Pinterest, heaps of open frame designs or just things that like were a vibe that I liked. I'm just really digging the exposed technology aesthetic. But the problem with that is noise. I don't like the sound of fans. And so my first sketches were, I need like an acrylic sound shield, something to like go between me and the frame. So then I thought, what if I put the graphics card on the opposite side of the motherboard? Then the entire like motherboard is a shield for the graphics card fans. But then where's the water cooling radiator gonna go? With that, it could be like a vertical arrangement and the radiator and graphics card are side by side. And if it was mounted at the front, I could laser cut some panels, I could wrap it around so it acts as a bit of a sound shield. At this stage, I'm thinking I've got a couple options of where I can put the radiator. But I do know that I want to use the same stuff that's in the desk, that being V-slot aluminum extrusion. And since V-slot has channels that you can slide T-nuts into, I can then easily position the mounting points anywhere along the frame for the motherboard and then create some laser cut brackets for the radiator, graphics card, power supply, and I've got just the machine.
Man, I still can't believe that I sent this Xtool P2. So technically this is sponsored, but this is my Ferrari. Like some YouTubers like literally want Ferraris, this is mine. With this, I can take the transparent frosted acrylic that I used to make the desk, and since this has a CO2 laser beam, vaporize the material to create my own custom brackets. I could never do transparent on my old machine. That just looks fantastic. Look at that glassy edge with the bolts going through it. And I did that at home. This is literally a dream. Okay, so now I need a 3D model and design the frame.
I found a blog post from Silverstone which make PC cases with the mounting hole locations for a mini ITX motherboard. With this, I can make a scaled version of what I'll be using in my computer and then match a frame to it. I want to use some horizontal bars for feet, and I'm thinking I'll put some up top to be able to screw the graphics card and the all-in-one cooler into. Once these parts arrive, I can get some exact measurements, but I do know for the metal feet, I want to protect my desk. Being a 20mm rectangle, I can simply make an end cap, and by using some flexible TPU filament, I can 3D print a rubberized end cap foot for the PC case. If you don't have a 3D printer at home, you can use services like today's sponsor, PCBWay.com. Simply upload your design files, select the material, color, and quality for an instant quote to be manufactured and shipped to you. On top of custom PCBs, you can get parts CNC'd, as well as other advanced manufacturing methods, all without leaving home. Big thank you to PCBWay for sponsoring today's video, so I can pay my bills. The first parts to arrive have been provided by ASUS.
Oh, quite the upgrade. Hang on. Magnetically attached pump cover. Man, look at the white on that. Even the cable tie looks sick. This is the magnetic bit. I kind of like how plain and like low profile that is. Incredibly generous. Like this thing is just such a pretty design, the space design. For some reason, they couldn't send me the white edition of this graphics card, so I've got the black. I'm hoping we can maybe paint it.
I've decided my layout to have the motherboard up top, power supply below, water-cooled radiator up front, and then graphics card around the back. To put the graphics card around back, I bought this. It's known as a riser cable. It's essentially a PCI Express extension cord, except this one is quite bendy and should allow me to complete a 90-degree turn and 180-degree hook into the motherboard, allowing for my motherboard's ports to go out the back instead of up top, where they usually are on a vertical graphics card mount case. I also noticed if I lowered the graphics card, I should be able to fit its brackets between the two vertical beams. So the gap in the center is 135mm. And so if between the top plate here and the base plate here, we're looking at, yeah, about, let's say it's 115. 135, 115, that's 10mm. I can buy the frosted acrylic in 10mm. A3 sheet, $17.90. Wait, just had a thought. I shouldn't use frosted acrylic, I should use transparent. Then it will just straight up look like the graphics card's floating. That's a win. Oi, that's a win. This also means I can lock in the dimensions of the metal and create a cut list. In the past, I ordered my metal from MakerStore. They're in Australia, they sell V-slot, and they'll cut to a custom length. And when they saw my desk build and what I did with the metal that I bought from them, they reached out to support future projects with the materials that I need. And so I've gone straight to their 20 series V-slot category and picked out all of the mounting brackets, bolts, hardware that I need to put this PC case together. Big thank you to MakerStore Australia for supporting this project and providing these parts.
Oi, it's arrived. The metal! Is that everything?
That would be everything.
It's a small computer. That's all of it. So all of this isn't needed. I got extras in case I need to reorient components if parts don't fit. And so some of this is a plan B. Oh, look at all this hardware. I think for me, like, it's really important just to be able to get the ideas from my head into the real world. This stuff just makes it really simple. So I want to join these two pieces together. Inside corner bracket.
You can see there's a little gap here, which allows it to slide into a channel and have another one slot up to it. And then with these teeny set screws, you can lock it down in place so that bracket won't move.
And this is why I chose to use this stuff for building the desk, because I can join metal without welding. And now I can build a PC case without welding. Man, this stuff is sick. Look at that. So the inside corner brackets that I used aren't super heavy duty. So I got some of these right angle brackets. They can just slot in and they will help for weight on the legs. And I've got some of these really cool spring T-nuts. These have a teeny ball bearing which will hold pressure against the V-slot channel. So wherever you slide it to, it doesn't just vertically drop out. And I've got some hardware I bought from the previous project.
I can use these, which are just the standard T-nut.
For horizontal placement, it doesn't matter. Oh my God, see? See how easy they slide out? Spring T-nuts, you find something new every day, eh? This is really starting to take shape now. So I've got some of these other heavy duty inside brackets. They're meant to go inside a corner like that, but I'm gonna put it on the front like so. Another one over here, one down the bottom. Oh, how good is that? So now I need to figure out a bracket to mount this on. Oh, it's coming together.
Exploring the idea of mounting the metal brackets directly to the radiator, but this will require grinding down some overhang and potential clashes with other parts, so till all of the parts have arrived, I'm going to stick with this design.
Oh, look how thick that is.
Okay, so I need two brackets. I need the graphics card, I think. I'm going to use the big metal backplate of the graphics card as my reference point. So I'm going to put a screw through this hole and the bracket needs to kind of come out past here. So it's about 23 mil for that hole. And then for the mounting holes on the riser cable, it's about 6 mil. M4 bolt fits through the top and it's going to be a pair of M3 screws for the bottom. And then it's M5 into the frame. A little bit of a mix, Jay.
Turns out a 3mm spacer is the perfect size to clear this joint of the riser cable. And with a couple bolts, I can now secure the top of the graphics card into the frame. Having checked my fitment and the screw alignment, I can now make my final brackets out of the 10mm thick acrylic.
So big. No.
I want to try and fix this with the laser.
We're going to do a close shot
of this hole, I want to upsize, so it needs to go over here. Select these two, so chop the top from the bottom. I just don't want that bit there. Oh, the scissors! Oh, that's a cool feature. That's what I wanted.
Did it work? Hey! It's through.
I'm using a hidden inside corner bracket as a mounting point for the graphics card. This way it can't slide down in the V-slot channel. And with the second screw, it also won't rotate. It was a little fiddly to get the riser cable bracket in place, then I realised I can just lay the whole thing down to drop in the screws and secure it in place.
Dude, that's insane. That is so cool.
Subscribe to see the next and final part of this project when I learn how to paint a graphics card, 3D model a bunch of bolt-on panels, and test out the high-performance components once they've all arrived in my custom PC build.